This is the Face SS. We're going to be going over an operational video on how to run this machinery. We'll start by turning on the machinery, and we'll do so by going to your electrical cabinet and turning on the knife switch, like so. Next, we'll start by turning on the air at your FRL, located at the back of the machinery, like so. Now that we have power on to the electrical cabinets, what we can do is turn on the power to the control console, located here. We're going to turn on the Endeavor control switch first, turning on the monitor. Next, we'll be turning on the control circuit to the face, turning on the Face SS. Turning on the control switch at the Face SS will turn on the light tower, indicating that your machinery is ready. Now that we have power onto our control console, we turned on our control circuit. This is what actually turns on the computer. Now we have power to the machinery. We can go ahead and control it. We have our start machine button. This actually allows power to the machinery and allows you to home it. Here we have our emergency stop. This will be used in any emergency situation for equipment or personnel. Now that your control circuit is on, you can go ahead and turn on the machinery by pressing start machine. As we turn our control circuit on, like so, the computer should turn on and it will boot up. All right, now that we have the Face SS booted up, we have our home sequence button. We're going to go ahead and start by homing the machine. The X, Y, and Z axis are going to go ahead and go to their 0 points, and then you'll be ready to cut a door. All right, now that you've homed your machinery, we'll go over the main buttons on the screen. Your home machine button, your reset machine button. Here you can use that in the event of any errors. The setup mode button allows you to run the machinery with no tools, just running the door file without cutting the door. Makes it super easy for troubleshooting. Our auto feed button to enable automated feed. We have our manual door stop and our manual door clamp. Here we have our start sequence when we manually clamp the door. Here we have our manual control for the feed, forward and reverse, in fast and in slow. Here we have our width adjust, opening and closing manually. All right. Now we're going to go into our libraries where you can go ahead and pick a door file. I have one ready here. We're going to run a basic lock. Here we're going to add our quantity, +1, add to our queue. The machine is going to pre-position, and we'll see here ready. We can go to our machine line, and we'll see here in the queue, pending for door. We'll go here and we'll manually clamp our door, and we'll hit start sequence, and then you'll run the door. We're going to hit auto feed, and we're going to go ahead and feed our door in. We're going to go into our door job libraries, and we're going to go over the parameters here in the door job. We have our basic parameters for the door handing, right hand, left hand, and the reverse counterparts. Width, length, thickness, beveling for both hinge and lock side. Here you have your feed rate percentage per the door job. Here you have your door core material and your face core material. You have individual materials for the hinge side and your lock side. You can select these from the library if you have templates already set up, or you can set them up here. If we scroll down, we have our feature tree, which indicates our feature groups and their features. Here we have a standard lock. We can go into transparent mode and we can see our standard lock. We have basic parameters on thickness, length, and depth, beveling, and radius. We have basic parameters for our feature grouping for length, width, and thickness, referencing our length, width, or thickness, depending on where you're trying to indicate off of. We have our defined properties for backset, and we can add properties using defined property names if we want to. On the right side, here we have a visual in Kval Cam. We can snap to any side we want with these 6 buttons. Our lock side, our hinge side, top of door, bottom of door, face of door for push and pull, whether it's the top or the bottom of the door. In the bottom right of Kval Cam, you have your 3D rendering of it. You can go ahead and use right mouse button to drag it along. With middle mouse button, you can move on 2D for just the door. We'll go back into our Face SS tab, clicking here. We'll go into our main UI. We're going to go over the tabs here at the top. The manual servo control allows you to move any individual axis at any percentage speeds that you want. Here we have controls over the 2 stops, servo controlled, and it's the same, forward and reverse for both axes. Here we have the tool configs for all our tools on the head of the SS. Basic parameters for diameter, diameter plunge, entry angle, tool length, max pocket depth, max bite, cut overlap, skin priority, tool type, RPM, feed rate, and then percentages for all of those. You have your 1/2 inch bits, your 3/8 bits, your 1/4 inch bits, and your 5/16 bits. Next, we'll go to the calibrations for each of those. You have carriage axis calibrations. You have individual router calibrations for X, Y, and Z, and diameter for each individual tool. You have your door stop calibrations for your A side and B side stops. And then you have feed to stop offset for both calibrations. Here, we have loaded our door job file. You can see the tool path that it takes, indicating which tool it has. If we hit zoom to fit, we can see the tool path that it's taking, and we see what the machinery is doing. If we go to our status, we can see the status of the machinery, whether it's true, false, or in an error state, and what we can do about that. If we go to our log, we can see in real time what the machinery is doing and all the information it's giving us. Now what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and add another door job to the library, and we're going to simulate an e-stop while the machine is running. I'm going to do the same thing, add it to the queue. The machine is going to pre-position. I'm going to put it into auto feed, and I'm going to feed the door in. I'm going to go ahead and simulate what happens in the event of an e-stop as the machine is running. So there, the router's retracted, and now the routers are off. The machine is in error state with the e-stop on, and we're going to recover by switching the e-stop off, turning start machine on, and rehoming our machine. Now the machine has rehomed. It's going to go ahead and try to refeed the door automatically. And now you should be good to go. We're now here at the main screen. We're going to go ahead and get ready to turn off the machinery. We're going to right click on Kval Cam and we're going to exit out. We're going to go to our Windows icon and turn off the power and shut down. We're going to wait for this to shut down and indicate that it's ready to turn off. Now that your computer is off, you can turn the control circuit off. All right, at the end of the day, you're going to want to go ahead and turn off the control circuit after you've turned off the computer, like so. All right, now that you've turned off your console and your computer, we're going to go to the back of the machinery and turn off the air. Now that our console and our air is off, we're going to go to our electrical cabinet and turn off the knife switch, like so.